Dear students, today I am going to discuss about the combination of resistors. Resistors are the circuit components which restrict the current. Means we have to put a suitable resistance in a circuit to control the current. Now when we join the resistors, that is called as combination. You can join the resistors in three ways. One is a series combination of resistors, another one parallel combination of resistors, another one mixed combination, means combined both series and parallel in a complex manner. So basically we have two combinations, that is a series combination and parallel combination. Series and parallel. First let me define the term called effective resistance or equivalent resistance of a combination. So it is a single resistance or resistance of a single resistor which produces the same effect as that of the combination produces. So that means if you have a number of resistors, so that will produce certain effect in the circuit. Means for certain applied voltage it will produce or some current will flow in the circuit. When you replace that all resistors instead of those combination resistors, we can put a single resistor of particular value. That value will produce the same effect as that of the combination produces. So such a single resistance of a single resistor is called as the effective resistance or equivalent resistance. Firstly here I derive the equivalent resistance or effective resistance in case of series combination. So resistors in series. So derivation of expression for effective resistance. Effective resistance or equivalent resistance. You can say total resistance also. Effective resistance in series combination. When a number of resistors connected in series, the effective resistance we are getting, expression for effective resistance. Consider two resistors for sake of simplicity. We can take 3 also, we can take 4 also. So now this is connected to certain battery or cell. So I will take a simple cell, electrolytic cell of certain EMF and some interactions R. That EMF and interactions I will discuss in the next class. Now first R1, let R1 be the resistance of this resistor and R2 be the resistance of the second resistor. R1 and R2 are the resistances. This symbol represents the resistance symbol. Resistance means it's a property of a material to oppose the flow of charges. So it has value like potential difference divided by current through it is called as resistance. Resistance quantitatively defined by the ratio of potential difference to the current through it. That ratio gives you resistance. Now it is series combination, I said. So end to end connection means the same current flows through both the resistors. Same current flows through both the resistors. So such combination is called as series combination. So current through resistor R1 having resistance R1 is I, and current through another resistor R2 also I only, same current. Next, the potential drop or potential difference across the resistance R1 is V1 and potential difference across the resistor R2 is V2. And the total PD across the combination you can write as V. Between the point A and C, total potential difference. So and the potential difference across the resistor R1 means at the ends of resistor R1 is V1 and this V2, and total PD across the combination of two resistors is V. So this is a cell which drives the charges in the circuit. The direction of current in the cell we show from outward from the positive terminal. This is the positive terminal of the cell, this is negative terminal of the cell. So this part is not compulsory to put or show in the circuit for derivation, but without that it is incomplete. That's why I have taken this cell part. It is not compulsory as given in the NCERT book. They have shown only two resistors with the current I they have shown, but without that actually it is incomplete. Okay, then only circuit is closed, hence current can flow, or there will be flow of electrons in this way. Okay, so this is the direction of conventional current, whereas the direction of electron current or flow of electrons will be negative terminal of the cell to positive terminal this way. So that is anti-clockwise. Electrons will flow, current will taken, conventional current will be taken in the clockwise direction in this circuit. Okay, now this circuit is equivalent to, okay, now I replace this effective value of resistance R1 and R2. This is series. I can write it as RS. Okay, for sake of simplicity I take RS. You can take REQ also. Equivalent resistance, sometimes we write REQ as equivalent resistance. So this is particularly series combination of resistors. So I can take RS as the equivalent resistance. Okay, across the same cell, if I connect a resistor of resistance RS, which is the effective value of these two resistors in series, then the potential difference, okay, is V. That means across the points A and C, between A and C, I put the resistance, I substitute, connect a resistance RS instead of series combination of R1 and R2. So this is called equivalent circuit and equivalent resistance. RS is the equivalent resistance of R1 and R2 in series combination. So remember, in case of series combination, the same current flows through all the resistors, okay, in the branch, all the resistors. So it is the same branch, okay. So same current flows in a series circuit, and the current drawn here from the cell also same. Okay, so this is equivalent, and again I said this is not compulsory part, bottom part, only R1, R2, V1, V2, V and current I, that much is enough in the circuit. Okay. Now what we do, we apply Ohm's law. So already we studied Ohm's law mathematically. So Ohm's law we have to apply to the each resistor and also equivalent resistance. So then, okay, so when you apply Ohm's law, so Ohm's law mathematically we know that the potential difference of across any circuit component is equal to current multiplied by resistance. So applying Ohm's law, the potential difference or potential drop also you can say potential difference across R1, okay, is V1 equal to, okay, V1 equal to I into R1. So current I through the resistor R1 and potential difference across resistor R1 is V1. So this is using Ohm's law or from Ohm's law or applying Ohm's law. Anyway you can say applying Ohm's law. That is the mathematical form of Ohm's law is V equal to IR. Okay. So next similarly we can write potential difference or potential drop also you can say, potential drop across R2 we can write. So that is V2 equal to I into R2. Okay. So this is the potential drop across second resistor R2. So current I and potential difference across the ends B and C, across the ends of the resistor R2, or we can say potential drop. Okay. So that means potential will be dropped across the resistor. If it is say 5 volt, here it may not be 5 volt, it may be 2 volt, and potential difference across this may be 2 volt here. This may be 3 volt. Difference may be 3 volt. So okay, there will be drop in the potential in every resistor. Okay. So next total potential difference we can write. Okay. So total potential difference across the combination. Total potential drop, or shortly we can write total PD, potential drop or potential difference across the combination. Okay, across the series combination, across series combination of resistors, series combination of resistors. Okay, that is equal to V equal to total potential difference V equal to, so how much it is V, that is sum of potential difference across each resistor, that is V equal to V1 V1 plus V2. Potential drop across the combination or difference across the combination is V1 plus V2. Okay, now substitute V1 from first, it is I into R1 plus V2. Potential difference across second one is I into R2. Okay, now I is common, we can see here R1 plus R2. R1 plus R2. That is the total PD across the combination. Okay, so this is equation 1. Now we apply the same rule. Okay, we apply the same rule, that is potential difference across the equivalent resistor, equivalent resistance RS. What is the PD across it? Again apply the Ohm's law. I said equivalent resistance is one which produces the same effect as that of the combination. So hence current I, whatever the current I flowing through resistance R1 and R2, we have to assume same current flowing through the equivalent resistance RS. So potential difference across the equivalent resistance. Here we can write potential difference across the equivalent resistance. Potential difference or potential drop. Okay, across equivalent resistance. Across equivalent resistance is RS is V equal to total PD. There, here PD across the equivalent resistance is V. Okay, so that is I into RS. I RS or I into RS. Now this is the equation number 2. Okay, so or I will take this is 1 and this one I will take as 2. Okay, this is 1, this is 2. Now compare it. Now next part is equation 1 and equation 2. We observe carefully, V is there, here V is there. So comparing 1 and 2, or from 1 and 2 we can write comparing equation 1 and equation 2. What we can write? The V same. So I into RS equal to I into R1 plus R2. R1 plus R2. Okay. Now I is same, we can cancel that. Thus, therefore, RS equal to R1 plus R2. Okay, so this is the final expression. Series combination of two resistors in series. So what do we observe? The equivalent resistance or effective resistance. We can write RS also. We can write REQ also. Okay, RS is the particular value in series combination. If it is parallel, we write RP. So we observe that the total or effective or equivalent resistance of a series combination of two resistors here is the sum of the individual resistances. In case of series combination, the effective resistance is equal to sum of the individual resistances. For example, the resistance R1 is 2 ohm and the resistance R2 value is 3 ohm. Then equivalent resistance between A and C will be 2 plus 3, 5 ohm. So it is a very simple law. It is series combination of resistors. Hence, it is simply adding the resistance value gives you the effective value of the series combination. So then we have general law. Now if there are n resistors are connected with the resistances R1, R2, R3, etc. N means any number of resistors. It may be 5, it may be 10, it may be 100. So Rn number of resistors, it may be 3 also. Okay. So then effective value Rs in series combination is R1 plus R2 plus R3. So we can generalize the formula for n resistors. N means some finite number. Okay, finite number, it may be 100 also. 100 resistors like 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 4 ohm, like that. We connect in series. Then what is the effective value? That is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to 100. So simple, it is a summation of natural numbers n into n plus 1 by 2. So 100 resistors with resistance from increasing order from 1 to 100 it is there. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 100, last one 100. Then effective value will be how much? N into n plus 1 by 2, that is 100 into 101 divided by 2. 100 by 2 is 50. Okay, simple calculation. So that is what I have to do is 1 plus 2 plus up to 100 I have to find out. If 100 resistors with resistance 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 3 ohm, etc. connected in series, that is according to formula n into n plus 1 by 2. So that will be 100 into 101 by 2. 100 by 2, it is a 5050 ohm. So in a short way I did this. So total effective resistance of the series combination of 100 resistors, the same rule is applied, that is 5050 ohm. So this way we can work out the problem here, that is effective resistance in case of series combination of resistors. So generalized law, equivalent resistance or effective resistance in series combination of resistors is that the equivalent resistance is equal to sum of the individual resistances. Sum of the individual resistances. That's it. Then then what is the another important thing to note? Same current flows through all the resistors. Then effective resistance Rs must be greater than the largest value of resistance in the circuit. Effective value, because it is sum of different numbers. Okay, positive numbers, resistance cannot be negative at all. So highest resistance some value will be there, and effective resistance in series combination must be more than the highest resistance in the circuit. That is another one. Suppose if identical resistance are there, if resistance of 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm like that, 50 resistors. What is the effective value? Then we can write Rs in case of identical resistors, adding R n times, that is R plus R n times, then we can write Rs equal to n into R. This is the expression in case of series value, series combination of resistors with identical value of resistance. N resistors are there, effective value n into R. If it is 2 ohm resistance each resistor, 50 resistors are there, Rs value will be 50 into 2 is 100 ohm. So it is the simple expression for n identical resistors. Okay, so that's all about the things about the effective resistance or the equivalent resistance in case of series combination of resistors. Now next I will move to the parallel combination of resistors. Okay, so derivation of the expression for the parallel combination of resistors. Here also the derivation is for two resistors will do. Okay, so parallel combination of resistors. So hence it is in parallel. Okay, just effective expression for the effective resistance or equivalent resistance of resistance in parallel combination of resistors. Okay, firstly, for sake of simplicity, as given in the syllabus, we do it for two resistors. Two resistors we take. Now two resistors. Okay, one resistor like this, another resistor like this. This is the symbol for resistors. Okay, then they are connected like this. Okay, in case of parallel combination or parallel combination means it is the connection between two fixed points. The two ends of the terminals of the two resistors are connected to between two fixed points. Okay, between the two common points the resistors are connected. N number of resistors also we can connect, not necessarily two. So this is for two resistors. So hence we write R1, R2 with the two resistances. The potential difference across the ends of the two resistors. Okay, like this we bend and write. Okay, so this way we can write, and the potential difference will be, in case of parallel combination, the potential difference across the resistor R1 or across the resistor R2 is the same. So now this we connect a battery of or cell of EMF epsilon and interresistance R, and potential difference across. So remember, potential difference is different from EMF for a cell. Okay, so potential difference across the resistor we are telling. For a battery or cell we say terminal potential difference or terminal PD. Okay, here terminal PD and the potential difference across the resistors will be the same. Now currents in the two resistors will be different. So let I be the main current. Okay, I be the current coming from the positive terminal of the cell, and the same current will enter into the negative terminal of the cell. Now this current I at the junction A, this is called junction or node. Okay, A and B are junctions or nodes. Okay, then current here it is I1. Okay, resistor R1, there is a current flow I1, and the current through resistor R2 is taken as I2. Okay, actually the electrons are moving in the opposite direction, that gives you current. We are assuming the conventional direction of current from positive terminal of the battery to negative terminal, whereas the electrons actually flow from negative terminal of the cell to positive terminal. and it is only conventional direction of current. Actually, as such, there is no thing flowing as shown in the direction of current. Actual particles which are moving in the circuit is electrons, free electrons, or the charge carriers in conductors. Now current depends on the resistance value. Remember, potential difference across the two resistors will be the same. Then I can write this is equivalent to a single resistor with the resistance Rp, and the cell will be taken same, and the current is same I. Okay, so what is the current drawn from the cell? Same current flows through here Rp. Okay, this is the EMF, and this one not compulsory to write EMF and interresistance. Just to complete the circuit I did this. So the same current I means the total current of the combination flows here in the single resistor Rp of resistance Rp, and your current through R1 is I1, current through R2 is I2. PD across the parallel combination is same for every resistor in this parallel combination, that is V. Okay, so EMF is epsilon, interresistance R. Now this circuit is equivalent to this circuit. That means the effective value of R1 and R2 is Rp in parallel combination. Okay, now again we use the same Ohm's law, but we write here currents. So remember, the current I entering the junction and current I1 and I2 leaving the junction. Okay, so based on the conservation of charge, we can say whatever current enters the junction A should leave the junction A. So that means current I should be equal to I1 plus I2. Both the currents are going out, and this current is coming to the junction A. And same way here, the currents entering the junction B, I1 and I2. Okay, so the current leaving the junction B is I. Okay, so the current in a closed loop should be same. Okay, so whatever current drawn from positive terminal should be current entering the negative terminal of the cell or battery. Okay, fine, that's about the circuit. Now this Rp is the equivalent resistance or effective resistance of the parallel combination of R1 and R2. Now we apply the Ohm's law again. So PD across, short A, right? PD across R1 is V equal to, PD is V for R1 also, R2 also. So V equal to I1 R1. Okay, so this implies okay, current through resistor R1. So we can write current through R1 is, current through flowing through the resistor R1 is, okay, so how much? I1. Okay, so current I1 we can write from this expression which is obtained from Ohm's law. So V equal to I1 into R1. So I1 equal to, take R1 to the denominator, so it is V by R1. Okay, V by R1. Next, current through, similarly we can write, so PD is same for the second resistor also. So V equal to I2 R2. Hence, okay, we can write similarly current through another resistor, that is R2. Current through R2 is I2 equal to, okay, I2 equal to V by R2. Okay, so that means current in any branch in parallel combination is inversely proportional to its resistance. Okay, so then, okay, what we can write? Total current we can write. Okay, so total current through two resistors. Okay, total current through the combination is, total current through the combination, current through first resistor I1, current through second resistor I2. So the current I equal to sum of two currents. So I equal to I1 plus I2. So I1 we got the expression V by R1. Okay, V by R1 plus current I2 is V by R2. So then I equal to, so in this expression you can observe V is common. So V into 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Okay, so this is equation 1 I will take. Next, same Ohm's law we apply. The PD across the equivalent resistance is, PD or potential drop across equivalent resistance is, that is Rp is, okay, V equal to I into Rp. Okay, V equal to I into Rp. So then current through Rp is how much? Current through the equivalent resistance. Current through resistances, current is I, total current in the combination is I. So I equal to V divided by Rp. Okay, equation number 2. Now again we have here equation 1 I, equation 2 also I. So comparing 1 and 2 or from 1 and 2. You can say from 1 and 2 or comparing 1 and 2 equations 1 and 2. So what we can write here, I equal to V times 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So I equal to V by Rp here. Thus I write here RHS V by Rp in the LHS equal to, okay, equal to here V common. So into 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Okay, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Now V and V cancel as it is same. So then we can write the rule. Final expression we got 1 by Rp equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Okay, so that thus what we can say in equivalent resistance in case of parallel combination of resistors is defined like this. The effective resistance or equivalent resistance of parallel combination is defined such as reciprocal of the equivalent resistance is equal to sum of the reciprocals of the individual resistances. This is the conclusion what we have to write after deriving this. So reciprocal of the equivalent or effective resistance is equal to sum of the reciprocals of individual resistances. Okay, so we can extend this rule to n number of resistors. Rp 1 by Rp for n resistors. If R1, R2, R3, etc. Rn resistors are joined in parallel. Okay, n number of resistors connected between the points A and B with resistances R1, R2, R3, etc. Rn. Then the effective resistance is found. As many number of resistors, you have to take reciprocals. Okay, connected in parallel. And last one 1 by Rn. Okay, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus dash dash dash. How many are there? All the terms you have to take reciprocals and add, and that gives the reciprocal of the equivalent resistance. This is the in case of parallel combination. Okay, remember in parallel combination the current is divided into branches. Main current divided into branches. Total current is sum of the currents. In series combination we studied total potential difference is sum of the potential differences. If n identical resistors are joined in parallel, then 1 by Rp equal to, okay, 1 by R, 1 by R, etc. n times. So that gives you n into 1 by R. Hence Rp can be written in place of parallel combination. Rp equal to R by n. Okay, parallel combination effective value. If identical resistors are joined with value R each, then effective resistance is R by n. This is about the conclusion. And remember, in case of parallel combination, one more thing is that if any number of resistors connected in parallel, the equivalent resistance will be smaller than the least value of the resistance in the combination. Smaller than the least value of the resistance. Smallest value, whatever it is, the effective value will be still smaller than that least value in the circuit or in the combination of resistors. So this is the general rule for n identical resistors, and this is the rule for n resistors of different value. And for two resistors we can take LCM and write, this implies we can also write Rp equal to, it is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, take reciprocal R1 R2, numerator will be R2 plus R1. So this side it is 1 by Rp. So taking reciprocal we can write Rp equal to R1 into R2 will come to numerator, denominator will be R1 plus R2. Okay, so Rp in case of two resistors in parallel, Rp is defined as R1 R2 multiplication divided by sum of resistances R1 and R2. That's all about today's class.